Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Today we will make these 4 beautiful mandala squares to create this gorgeous poncho. We will add a Jacob's ladder for our border so you can make this poncho as long as you like. First we will crochet 4 squares, 1 for the front, then 2 shoulder or sleeve squares, and I crochet those with the same colors so the poncho is symmetrical, and then 1 square for the back. Once we crochet our 4 squares together, we will add this beautiful Jacob's ladder for our border, and if you like, you can also make some tassels for a final touch. My squares measure 15 inches across and 21 inches diagonally, and here's my hook and yarn information for adult size poncho. If you have some leftover yarn in your stash, this is the perfect project to use it all up. Here are some of my measurements for an adult size poncho, and again you can add more rounds to the Jacob's ladder if you want to make your poncho longer. Now let's get started with the first square. Twist the working yarn over the loose end and pull a loop through the ring. We can start round 1 with a chain of 3 for the first double crochet, then double crochet 15 more into the ring. So including the chain of 3 at the end of round 1, we will have 16 double crochet. We have 16 double crochet. Finish the round with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and then we can pull our magic ring tight and start round 2. We will treble crochet 2 together, chain 3, then treble crochet, yarn over twice into the same stitch into the 3rd chain where we just made the slip stitch, and that counts as 2 trebles together, and chain 2. Yarn over twice, we go into the next double. It has that open loop, pull through 2, 2 and leave 2, yarn over twice, go into the same double again into the same stitch, pull through 2, 2 and 3 loops, and chain 2, treble crochet into the next double crochet, leave 2 loops, treble crochet into the same double, leave 3 loops, pull through 3 and chain 2, and repeat the sequence until we have it 16 times. Treble crochet 2 together into the last double crochet and chain 2 to finish the round, and slip stitch into the first treble crochet right on top, and I will change my yarn, so I will make a slip stitch and chain 1 and start round 3 with a new color. We can start in any of the spaces away from the loose end so they're not all bunched up in the same spot. You can either make a slip knot. I just wrap my yarn around the hook like that, then yarn over twice, and I go into any of the spaces. Pull the yarn through the space, then pull through 2 loops 3 times, 1, 2, 3, that's a standalone treble. I pull tight a little bit here, and then I make 2 more trebles into the same space. So we have 3 trebles into the space, 1, 2, and 3 trebles. Chain 1, and we will repeat that 16 times. Treble crochet 3 into each of the chain spaces with a chain 1 in between. After you made your last cluster of 3 treble crochet, don't make a chain. We will use that slip stitch as a chain. Slip stitch into the first treble crochet, and that creates the chain space. And I make 1 more chain and sew in my loose end later. And now we can start round 4 with a new color. And I start again in a space away from where my previous loose ends are. And I make a standalone treble again, just like before. Yarn over twice, treble crochet into any of the spaces. Chain 2, treble crochet into the same space for the V-stitch, and chain 2, 1, 2. Let's repeat. Go to the next space, make your V-stitch with a treble crochet, chain 2 and a treble crochet into the same space, and chain 2. Go to the next space, make the treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet into the same space, chain 2, and we can repeat until we have this 16 times. Here we are after round 4. Finish the round with 2 chains after your last V-stitch and slip stitch into the first treble crochet. And I will make 1 more chain and I can sew in my loose end later. I will start round 5 again away from the loose end in between any of the 2 V-stitches right there into the chain space of 2. I will make a standalone treble again right in between the V-stitches into the chain space of 2, and I make 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Chain 1, then go to the V-stitch and make 3 trebles into the V-stitch into that chain space of 2. 1, 2, and 3. And chain 1. Now we can repeat. Go in between the next 2 V-stitches into the chain space of 2 and make 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Chain 1 and treble crochet 3 into the V-stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, we have 2 trebles and 1 chain in between the V-stitches and 3 trebles and 1 chain into the V-stitches 16 times. After you made your last cluster of 3 trebles, don't make a chain. We will use the slip stitch again for chain space. Slip stitch into the first treble crochet, and you can chain 1 and change to the new color, and we will start round 6. We will make puff stitches, so I made a slip knot and put it on my hook. Yarn over and go into any of the spaces and pull a loop through about as long as your double crochet. Yarn over again and pull the same long loop. Yarn over 1 more time and pull the same long loop. We have 7 loops. Now pull through all loops except for 2. Pull through 2 and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's repeat. Yarn over, go to the next space, pull a loop. Yarn over the second time, pull a second loop. Yarn over the third time, pull a third loop. Pull through all loops except 2. Pull through 2 and chain 3. Go to the next space and make the 3 yarn over puff stitch and chain 3. We have 32 chain spaces now, so at the end of this round we will have 32 3 yarn over puff stitches and a chain 3 in between. Here's how we're looking after round 6. Now let's finish together. I made a chain of 3. Go on top of that puff stitch where you see that little V-stitch and make a slip stitch into the V-stitch. Chain 1, sew in your loose end, and I will start a new color and round 7. We make 4 treble crochet into each of the chain spaces, so I do that a little faster. I'm just making 4 trebles into each of the chain spaces, so at the end of the round we have 4 trebles 32 times. At the end of round 7, skip over the first treble crochet and slip stitch into the second one. That way we can have a tight space in between the clusters of 4 treble crochet. Then we can make a chain and start round 8. We will single crochet in between the clusters of 4 trebles. Make a single and below is that puff stitch, so you can tell where you have to put that single crochet. Chain 4, skip 4 trebles, so we go into the next space, single crochet and chain 4, and we will do that also 32 times. After you made your 32nd chain space, slip stitch into the first single crochet and chain 1, and we can start round 9. Round 9 is another easy round. We make 3 treble crochet into each chain space. 1, 2, and 3, and chain 2. 1, 2, go to the next chain space. Make 3 trebles into the next chain space with a chain 2 in between. So at the end we have 32 clusters of 3 trebles with a chain 2 in between. Let's finish round 9. Only chain 1, slip stitch into the first treble crochet and make another chain, and we can start round 10. Round 10 is the same as round 8. Single crochet into all of the chain spaces. And then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the next chain space and chain 4. This way we have 32 chain spaces again at the end of round 10. And we can finish again with a chain of 4 and a slip stitch into the first single crochet. In one more chain we have our 32 chain spaces, and now we can start round 11. In round 11 we will turn our circle into the square. I will crochet round 11 and 12 with the same colors on each square for a more even look. We have 32 chain spaces. The pattern that you see here is made into 8 spaces. That means we have to repeat it 4 times, and that will give us our square shape. You can start anywhere you like. That will be your first space, and make your corner with 3 trebles, 3 chains and 3 trebles. So this is my first space, and I make my corner with 3 trebles. 1, 2, and the third treble into space 1. Chain 3 and then make 3 more trebles into the first space. 1, 2 trebles, and 3 trebles, and that's our first corner. Now let's move to the next space, that's space 2, and we make 4 trebles into space 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then into space 3 we make 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Space 4 gets 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Space 5 gets 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet. Next is space number 6. We make 4 half doubles into that space, so we're getting larger again. 1, 2, 3 half doubles and the 4th one. Then 4 doubles into space number 7. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and here's our last space, space number 8, and we make 4 trebles into space number 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our first side is done. We filled our first 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 24 empty spaces left, and we can make our sequence 3 more times. So let's move over and grab the next 8 spaces and repeat the sequence. Grab the next empty space, and that will be space 1 again, where we will make our corner with 3 treble crochet, 3 chains and 3 treble crochet. Make 4 trebles into the second space, 4 double into the third space, 4 half doubles in space 4, 4 singles in space 5, 4 half doubles into space 6, 4 doubles into space 7, and 4 trebles into space 8. Please repeat this pattern also on side 3 and side 4. Here's my 4th side. I filled the 8 spaces. Now let's finish. I made 4 treble crochet into my last space. Now make 3 slip stitches into the 3 trebles below. 1, 2, 3 slip stitches into the trebles, and then 1 more slip stitch into the chain space, and we can start round 12. We will repeat the same corners and the same stitches, so where we had trebles, we make trebles, where we had doubles, we will make doubles, and so on. Now let's start round 12. We make our corner, chain 4 for the treble crochet, make 2 more trebles into the corner space, 1 and 2, so we have 3 trebles. Chain 3 and make 3 more trebles into the same corner space, 1, 2, and 3. Now where we had trebles, we make trebles, and so on. So our next 7 stitches are all trebles. The first 3 are from the previous corner, so we make 3 treble into those. 1, 2, 3, and then we had the cluster of 4 trebles from the previous round, so we make 4 trebles into those. 1, 2 trebles, 3 trebles, and the 4th treble crochet. Then we made 4 doubles, so now we make 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4 doubles. Next we had 4 half doubles, now we make 4 half doubles. Be careful to grab the right stitch, the first half double, 1 half double, 2, 3, and 4. Then we had 4 singles. Let's make 4 singles. 1 single crochet, 2, 3, and 4. And then we go in reversed order. We make 4 half double crochet. Again, be careful with those half doubles. They can be a little bit tricky. 1 half double, 2, 3, and 4. 4 doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we had a cluster of 4 trebles. Now we're making 4 trebles into those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have our 3 trebles left from the previous round. Those are our corner trebles, and we make 3 into those. 1, 2, and 3. And then we can start our corner again with 3 trebles, 3 chains, and 3 trebles. Please repeat this pattern 3 more times. Make your next corner with 3 trebles, 3 chains, and 3 trebles. 3 trebles into the previous ones, 4 trebles into the previous ones, then 4 doubles, 4 half doubles, 4 singles, 4 half doubles, 4 doubles, 4 trebles, 3 trebles. Then make your next corner with 3 trebles, 3 chains, and 3 trebles, and the next side. Crochet the 4 corners and the 4 sides, and we will finish this round together. I finished the 4th side in round 12. Now we have 3 treble crochet left. Yarn over twice and then ignore the slip stitch, go underneath the slip stitch into the treble and make 3 trebles into those previous 3 trebles. 1, 2, and 3. So underneath the slip stitch, ignore it. And then we can make slip stitches into the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into the 4th chain and into the next 2 trebles. You can also slip stitch into the chain space if you want to keep your color. I want to change it in the next round, so I leave it right here. Now we have 40 stitches on all 4 sides in between the corners. Now we can start round 13. I will use a new color, so I pull my new color through the corner space, chain 3 for the first double crochet, then double crochet 1 more into the corner space, chain 3, and double crochet 2 more into the corner space. So our new corner is 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles. And now we double crochet into all of our previous stitches, so it doesn't matter if we had trebles, doubles, half doubles, or singles. We double crochet into all of our stitches. Double crochet on all 4 sides, make your corners with 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles. We have 3 doubles left. The first one goes into the 4th chain, into the right loop underneath the slip stitch. I put a double into that, and double crochet into the next 2 trebles underneath the slip stitch, 1 double, and the next one into the last treble below. Then we can slip stitch into the 3rd chain and into the double, and if you want to keep the color, again slip stitch into the chain space. I will change my color for the last round. Here's how we're looking after round 13. We have 44 double crochet on each of the 4 sides. Round 14 is the same as round 13. Chain 3, make a double, chain 3, and double crochet 2 into the first corner, then double crochet into all of your previous doubles and make the other 3 corners with 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles. And this is our last round. We will have 48 double crochet in between the corners. Please make 3 more squares and feel free to play around with the colors. There is no right or wrong way. Now we will make our seams, and we only need 3 squares, 2 for the sleeves and 1 for the front. Turn all 3 squares over to the wrong side, the sleeve, the front, and the other sleeve, and arrange them into this L shape. Then we start our seam on the side, crochet towards the neckline and down the other side. Now grab your first square for the sleeve and the front square and put them right side together. And then crochet 2 singles around both of the corner spaces. 1 and 2. Now let's look at the first double in the front. Front loop, back loop, go into the front loop in the front loop, back loop, go into the back loop of the first double, crochet in the back and make a slip stitch. Go into the next doubles, front loop, back loop, slip stitch, and so on. We can make those slip stitches until we get to our corners. Here's the wrong side, and the right side has 2 nice lines because we crocheted front loops and back loops together. I'm making my last slip stitch into the 2 doubles, then 2 single crochet around the 2 corner spaces again, 1 and 2, and now you can take your one sleeve away, you don't need that anymore. Grab the other sleeve, make sure you face the right sides together, and then we continue with those 2 pieces, the front and the next sleeve. We make 2 singles around the next 2 corner spaces, 1 and 2, and then we slip stitch front loops and back loops together again. Front loop, back loop, and slip stitch, and I will make a few so we can see what it looks like on the wrong side and on the right side. Here's the wrong side and the right side. When you get to the edge, slip stitch your last 2 doubles together, front loop, back loop, single crochet 2 around the corner spaces, 1 and 2. Then you can cut your yarn and make a chain and sew on your loose end. Here's the wrong side and the right side. Now we can make the second seam the same way. Place your poncho right side up, then fold your shoulders over so they're wrong side up. This one's wrong side up and the other one too. Then place your 4th square also wrong side up and make the same seam. Start on the corners, work towards the neckline and on the other side. And now we will make the final border, the Jacob's ladder. This is the back corner of my poncho. It's right side up and I made 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles into the corner. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip 2 doubles, 1, 2, and make 4 doubles into the next 4 doubles below. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's repeat. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip 2 and double crochet 4. 1, 2, I apologize, 3 and 4. Chain 8, skip 2 and double crochet 4, and continue that pattern on the first side of the first square. That way we have 8 clusters with 4 doubles and chains of 8 in between. The last 4 doubles go into the last 4 doubles of the first square. Now let's take a look what we have to crochet when we get to the first seam. Again, the last 4 doubles go into the previous last doubles, then chain 8, skip the first chain space, double crochet 2 into the second chain space, and double crochet 2 into the first 2 doubles of the second square, so we have our 4 doubles again, and continue with the pattern. Chain 8, skip 2, and double crochet 4. Our middle square of the first side has 9 clusters of 4 doubles and chains of 8 in between. Let's take a look at the 9th and last cluster, and that brings us to the second seam. Double crochet 2 into the previous last 2 doubles and 2 doubles into the first chain space. We have our 4 doubles again. Then chain 8, skip over the second chain space and make your 4 doubles into the first 4 doubles of the third square, and continue the usual pattern. Chain 8, skip 2 and double crochet 4. The third square of the first side has 8 clusters of 4 doubles with chains of 8 in between. Let's take a look at the corner. We made our 8th cluster of 4 doubles. Now we can chain 8, skip 2 and make our corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. And now we can mirror the first side and repeat the same pattern on the second side. Chain 8, skip 2 and double crochet 4. We have 8 clusters of 4 doubles and chains of 8 in between. Let's take a look at the first seam of the second side. Again, the last 4 doubles go into the previous last doubles. Then chain 8, skip the first chain space, double crochet 2 into the second chain space and double crochet 2 into the first 2 doubles of the second square. So we have our 4 doubles again, and continue with the pattern. Chain 8, skip 2 and double crochet 4. Just like the first side, the middle square of the second side has 9 clusters with 4 doubles and chains of 8 in between. Let's take a look at the second seam. 2 doubles of the 9th cluster go into the last 2 doubles and 2 go into the first chain space. So we have 4 doubles again. Then chain 8, skip over the second chain space and make 4 doubles into the first 4 doubles of the third square and continue the pattern. Chain 8, skip 2, double crochet 4. We have 8 clusters of 4 doubles, then we can chain 8 and skip 2 to finish the round. Let's finish round 1 with 3 slip stitches into the 2 doubles and into the chain space, and we can start round 2 with a chain of 3, a double, 3 chains and 2 doubles for the corner, and 2 doubles into the previous 2 doubles. Now we can crochet down our entire side with 4 doubles into the previous 4 doubles and a chain 8 in between. Let's take a look at the seams. It's also 4 doubles into the previous 4 with a chain of 8 in between on both seams. When we get to the corner, we make 2 doubles into the previous 2 doubles on either side and then make our corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. So we have 4 doubles on each side. Then we chain 8, skip 2 and double crochet 4. And we crochet down the second side. Let's finish the round with 2 doubles, 1 into the slip stitch, 1 into the double, and then 3 slip stitches. We start in a round again with our corner, a chain of 3, a double, a chain of 3 and 2 doubles. Then we make 4 doubles into the previous 4 doubles, so now we have 6 doubles. Then we continue down the side, make 4 double crochet into the previous 4 with a chain of 8 in between. At the corner we have 6 doubles on each side, 4 into the previous 4, and in the corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. Finish with 4 doubles into the previous 4 stitches, make your 3 slip stitches, and now we can start over with round 1. We make our corner, chain 8, skip 2 and double crochet 4. At the corner, chain 8, skip the last 2, make your corner, chain 8, skip the first 2 and then again make 4 doubles into the previous ones with a chain 8 in between. In round 2 we start with our corner and make 2 doubles into the previous ones. When we get to the corner, we have 4 doubles on each side. Finish with 2 doubles into the previous 2 stitches and 3 slip stitches. We can start round 3 with our corner and 4 doubles into the previous 4. At the next corner, we now have 6 doubles on each side. And now we can start round 1 again. I will crochet round 7 and my last round will be round 8, where I will crochet my Jacob's ladder. And you can of course add more rounds if you want to make your poncho longer, but use the last round to make your Jacob's ladder. Now let's crochet the last round, and again you can use any of the repeating rounds as your last round. My last round is the second of 3. As you can see, I have only 1 chain here, so I cannot weave yet. So all I do is make 2 single crochet around that 1 chain. 1 and 2. And then I continue the pattern. I make 4 doubles into the previous ones. And now I have a bunch of chains coming up where I can do my Jacob's ladder. Then I grab a bigger hook and I go underneath the first 2 chains and pull the second chain under the first one. Then I pull the third chain through and the 4th chain. And now I can make 2 single crochet around that last loop again. Grab that loop, 2 single crochet around that, 1 and 2, and now I can repeat. We have our 4 doubles here. Let's crochet 4 doubles into those. And then I can grab my bigger hook again and make another Jacob's ladder. I go underneath the first 2 chains and then pull the second chain under the first chain again. And then I grab the next chain, the third one, and I pull through, and so on. Pull all the chains through, and then single crochet around that last loop again. 2 singles, 1 and 2. Let's repeat one more time. 4 doubles into the previous 4. Grab your hook, go underneath the first 2 chains and pull the second chain under the first one, and then pull all the chains through. We can single crochet 2 around the last loop again. I crochet all the way, and then near the corner I have only 1 chain, so I can only make 2 singles around that. Then I make 2 doubles into the previous ones, and my corner with 2 doubles, 3 chains and 2 doubles. Then again 2 doubles into the previous one, so basically the pattern that we already know. And then here on the other side I have only 1 chain, so I make 2 singles around that, 1 and 2. And now I can repeat 4 doubles into the previous ones. And here are my chains again, where I can make my new Jacob's ladder. And single crochet 2 around that last loop. At the end of the round I make 2 singles around my last chain and double crochet 2 in the previous 2 stitches. And now I want to add some tassels. I use 3 strands of yarn about 14 inches long and my big hook again. Fold the strands in half and start at the corner. In through the wrong side, out the right side, through the corner space. I pull the strands through and then I pull the ends through the loop. And then we go right over the 2 single crochet into that space and repeat. Pull the strands through the space, over the 2 singles, and then pull the ends through the loop. And I do that with all the spaces. Go to the next space, right over the 2 singles, pull through, and then pull through the loop. Our beautiful poncho is finished. I hope you like it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.